Hi, and welcome to Lesson Trees and Colony Housing. Today I'm going to show you how to play the game and progress to become one of the top players. When you first log in, you may notice that you have a sword in your inventory. This sword is what lets you make the ants that will join your colony. You can right-click the sword to switch which material you are using to make the ants, whether it's water, sugar, or crumbs. The resource you use doesn't matter, just use whatever resource you have the most of. If you obtain 10 water, you can head down this hole to the first ant colony. If someone owns this colony, you can right-click it to attack them. When attacking someone, the person with the most ants wins and get +1 to their win on stat on the sidebar. Both players get kills equivalent to the losing player's ant count. The losing player loses all their ants, while the winning player loses the same amount of ants as the losing player. Each type of ants fights the opponent types of ants, so you win based on the type of ant you have for red, blue, or yellow. You can also stand on these generators to gain ants. At the start of the game, you want to collect ants and get kills by attacking colonies. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, you will still gain kills for using your ants. Once you get 10 or more kills, head over to the shop by walking from spawn or using the /shop command. Once in the shop, you want to open these chests and purchase whatever droplets, cheeses, and crumbs you can. You need 2 of one tier of one of these items to purchase one of the next tier. An important thing to note though is that 2 of the same food or same tier doesn't stack with each other. You can only have 1 of each food and 1 of each tier. That counts towards how much resources, food you produce per second. I recommend for the beginning to not save up for the 10,000 T5 insta-buy from the shop, as it costs 6.5k more kills than upgrading manually would. Continue obtaining ants and attacking colonies until you obtain 1 T5 of each droplet, cheese, and crumb. Next, attack ants until you reach 90,000 kills. Also, if you don't have a win by this point, find a low-level player to attack and win. Once you do so, head back to the shop and go through this door. It costs 1 win to go through. Once you're a win, use your T5 foods to obtain a food from the classics, standard, and advanced food NPCs. These will give you foods that are way better than the ones you used to buy them. Now that you have done that, I recommend first going for the exotic foods located on the first 3 floors of the housing. Each of these costs 10 T5s of the specific food plus 100,000 kills. They are very useful foods to have early on. After that, go for classic foods as much as you can until you obtain 6 of one food. After that, go to this area and buy 3 wins until you obtain 10 or more wins. Then head down here to this colony and head over to the next area using the wins and resources you have. Once you get here, you have access to pebbles and golden pets. Pebbles convert 5 of one type of pet to a certain amount of pebbles, depending on the pet's rarity. For example, common gives 1 petal when traded 5 foods, while legendary gives 5 pebbles when traded 5 foods. You can use these pebbles to convert your common pets into golden pets. Please note that droplets, cheeses, and crumbs cannot be traded this way. They cannot be converted to pebbles. The gold pets are way better than common pets, so I recommend going for them. There are 2 up here and 3 down here. Once you have 5 different types of common, normal, rare, and epic pets, switch to these advanced eggs. These will give you the 5 legendaries and mythics you are missing. You might notice as you start getting a lot of food that you no longer have room for all of them. For me, I would always keep 2 inventory spots open at all times. So when you run out of food for more foods, throw out the one that produces the least amount for you. So at the beginning, you are going to want to get rid of your common pets. Be sure to obtain the common to gold transfer before you get rid of the common pets. Once you have obtained 5 pets of each rarity and all the golden pets, obtain 50 wins using this, and head down to the bottom of area 2 to reach the 3rd zone, the Nether. Here you can use pebbles to obtain magenta and crimson foods. These are upgrades of your rare and legendary pets. Use advanced foods to grind the pebbles and be sure that you have 6 of one food before you convert those to pebbles, so you save the last food for yourself. Once you get rid of all your common, switch to your uncommons and rares to get more room in your inventory. Once you have obtained all the magenta and crimson pets, now is when you reach late game. The next thing you want to do is to grind a ton of wins. Or at this point, it might be ideal to find a far down colony to claim since it will give you twice as much food per second than normally, which will speed you up quite a lot. The next special pet for you to get is the melon pet, tiers 1 through 5. They are available over here in zone 4. These are very expensive. It costs 1,000 wins per upgrade. You're free to get 1 of each tier, which will cost you 15,000 wins in total. The 2 best ways to get wins would be to buy the 10 one over here for 10,000 kills, but it will take a very long time, or buy the 300 win one located in Sapphire Colony, located here for 5 million kills. This one costs a lot, but is much faster for grinding wins. You will need a lot of resources to get down to the higher tier melons, so good luck. At the time recording this video, we've reached the furthest point in the game thus far. Other things you could go for would be to go for the W and D ranks, which cost 100 million kills and 500 million kills respectively. After that, just save up for ants for future updates when new stuff gets dropped. Be sure to check the pinned comment for changes based on future updates. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I wish you well on your ant colony journey to the top. Best of luck!